A man who's new to the training scene, Harry Whittington, but he's already proved throughout the course of the season, Harry, that he can deliver them on the big day, and Arzal's been one of his flag bearers. He was a huge eye-catcher in the Betfair Hurdle. You're about to see why. They're coming up to the 5th hurdle. He's going to get really badly hampered. He's not beaten all that far come the close of play. Slightly different tactics within this day as well. I see it here. Watch him here. He's going to get bulldozed. He did well to stay on. He's just... I mean, that's just not what you want at any stage of a race. Early on, he's lost an awful lot of ground. Now, earlier on in his career, in small fields, he was bossing his races. He was leading. He was a bit keen. He was exuberant. He was slightly immature. But this would have taught him an awful lot about what is needed to paint himself in a good light at the festival, in terms of sitting in behind, dealing with problems that he's faced. He's not given a hard time here. He was a monstrous eye-catcher. I've spoken to a few people about him, and they've gone massive eye-catcher. So it's not as though this one I don't think is going to slip through the net. But he's a horse going the right way. And what I'm... the bottom of my points there, that he's grown up mentally, I think is going to stand him in really good stead, because against the likes of Jolly Allen, who's a very talented horse, a leading fancy in the Supreme, he was beaten at Chepstow behind Warrentor, who's done okay, and that was a day where he was miles clear, and then he jinked after the last. It was at the time when Tony McCoy had a slight problem with his shoulder. I don't know whether that had any impact on the outcome, but inexperience certainly did have an impact on the outcome. There's so much that I've been impressed by Arzal throughout the course of the season, and this for me was probably the standout run, because it showed to me that he could do it in a different way, and he would have learnt an awful lot about what is needed for the festival.
And the fact he made up ground from the back of the field there, having been hampered as well in a race where it's been so well documented that it paid to race prominently. Before the race it looked like there was going to be a whole load of pace, but then probably as a result of that, a lot of connections, review tactics, and a lot of horses were actually held up in hindsight might not have been, because there wasn't a great deal of pace, and Violet Dancer got 3 and ended up winning. And the other horses that actually made up ground from the most ground from the rear were the likes of Calypto and Jolly's Cracked It, who are well touted horses. And so Arzal is well in that bunch as well.
Yeah, I think he's a real player wherever he goes at the festival. As I say, I don't think he's one of the horses that we flagged up that's sort of slipping through the net, because I think people are aware of it, but he's certainly one you want to keep on side, I'm sure of that.